subject, you can say, comes from another subject that is called software engineering. Okay, software
The software
engineering. So
engineering
main,
a
yeah,
subject.
this
Okay.
is a part of software engineering. Okay.
Okay.
Now see, I have made some point. Software as a product. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now in this subject, you have to realize many things. You have to realize. Okay. You have to realize many things because until and unless you realize a particular concept, you cannot implement it. Now in
Correct.
Java, what you are learning, how to
Hmm.
implement the concept of the ideas that you will get from this subject. Okay. So
Okay.
Java is basically a tool through which you will implement the concept of that you will earn from
Product.
this subject, this object-oriented modeling subject. So until and unless you realize the topic of this subject, you will not be successfully implemented it through Java or any other programming language. Okay. Now, in order to understand properly, first of all, you have to realize that what we will supposed to do in future after, say, after completion of MCA. Okay, what we
Mm-hmm.
will do, what will be our aim, what will be our target. Say who the person who is studying the law, his or her
Mm.
target will be to practice in a court. Okay, so like that, what will be our target? Our target will be to work in a software development firm or application development or web development or something related to development of
So,
a software or application. Now, whenever I use the term software, it means also an application. Okay.
yes.
So software is our aim. Our aim is to build a software. Okay. Now,
Yes.
can you identify that software can be treated as a product also? So
Yes. Yes.
product means not a simple product, it's an engineering product. Okay.
Correct.
Now, when I am telling that it is an engineering product, there come lots of things in it. Okay. Now, you have to identify what is an engineering product and what is a non-engineering product. Can you give me some examples of engineering product and non-engineering product? Apart from software, obviously.
Mm. Means
Anything
software
coming to your mind?
matlab like application also.
No, apart from software or application, do you have any idea what are the engineering products and what are non-engineering products? Okay. Now,
Uh,
see,
In
huh,
common, all the machines, whatever we use in our daily life, that is also a product of engineering product only, like
yeah,
remote controlled or micro controlled,
sure,
like
sure.
sensor, AC, and all is there.
Very good, very good. Okay. So, engineering product, we know. Okay. So, give me one example of non-engineering product.
हमारा नेचर
Could be mixie.
हमारा
नेचर
नेचर
कैसे प्रोडक्ट होता है?
नहीं
How
फिर
can
नॉन
nature
Mixie.
be a
भाई
product?
नॉन इंजीनियरिंग प्रोडक्ट शायद नहीं है कुछ
Product means what? Product means a material, okay, that is an farm existence, okay, that can be touch and feel, that have some kind of appearance in front of you, not only by means of logical, okay, it's about physical existence. So what will be that? Say I am
Mixie
giving
can
you
we
the
take
example.
grinder?
No,
नो दोस
Means
आर
no,
इंजीनियरिंग प्रोडक्ट्स ओनली
those are
राइट
engineering products.
no, but
Okay.
I'm thinking of in angle of software or smartly sensed.
No, don't think about the software.
Uh,
We will come into it, but
mm.
first of all, uh, try to identify it from your own life, day to day life.
भाई
Okay, then
चॉकलेट
only you will
बिस्किट
know
That is also
why
kind of factory
chocolate.
made. So there
फिर
also some
Whatever,
engineering is required.
yeah, obviously.
तो फिर
Do you
वही
have
बोल
ever
रहा हूँ इंजीनियर
do you
नॉन
have ever
इंजीनियरिंग
find a
प्रोडक्ट ही
biscuit?
नहीं है
Suppose in a biscuit packet, do you have ever found any biscuit which is in a different shape than the other one in a
नो
single packet of biscuit?
No, no. Usually no.
Listen fine. So every biscuit have the same dimension, same weight also. Na?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay, fine. So let me give you one example of non-engineering product. Suppose
Okay.
you were you were reading a poem.
Huh.
Okay, you are singing a song. That
Yeah.
song is a product of the of whom? By the poet.
Poet.
Poem is a product of a poet, right? A story.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so these are can be termed as non-engineering products. Now, how can we distinguish a product which is an engineering product and which is a non-engineering product? See, as per the concept, the product that needs a measurement, that needs certain kinds of measurement, lots of measurement, okay,
Hmm.
you can be termed it as a engineering product, right? Just try to
Okay.
understand the thing. If you are
Okay.
agreed, then please say yes. Otherwise,
I
you
have
can
one
also put
query
your
like, yes, I have one
yeah,
this thing.
sure.
See, to take it as poetry also, there are certain works in that, like 4 lines, 8 line poetry, and the different genre of poetry,
Hmm.
like different works are there in that also.
Different works are there, not
Mm.
exactly different measurement. Okay. Now, when you are
Nahin.
writing a suppose
No.
suppose you are
Hmm.
writing an essay. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, apart from the word limit that has been
Hmm.
decided by the publisher, or that has been decided by the just like जैसे हम लोग के एग्जाम में गया,
Examiner.
okay,
Hmm.
they told that that must be precise, that must be within 400 words, okay. So those are
Hmm.
not the measurement, those are the constraints, okay.
Hmm.
But think about an essay. Can you measure before writing an essay, before writing that essay? Measurement
Hmm.
means
I can
uh,
understand. Key like 1 page, 2 page,
many things
something
come
like
into
that.
the
Okay.
consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so engineering product needs lots of measurement, lots of mathematical and some other calculations to produce the product, to derive the
Correct.
product, right? But non-engineering
Correct.
product
Correct.
is something like that, which you do
Mm.
not need all those sorts of things. Okay,
Mm.
so clearly distinguish.
Mm.
We can clearly distinguish between these two.
Engineering and
Tell
non-engineering
me,
product.
yeah, like non-engineering products are your lamp, tube light that is already
Mm.
lighting in your room, your pen, your car, an aeroplane. Everything is an engineering product, whatever we are using in our day-to-day
Mm.
life. Okay.
Mm.
Now think about a software. You all know that software is written. Software is a writing. Yeah?
Mm.
Hmm.
Software is a writing. Okay. So when I consider poem or an essay or a story is a non-engineering product, those are also writings. Software is also writing. Then how can you distinguish between these two? How can you define that a software is an engineering product? Can you define it
We
as
follow
an
so many
engineering
rules
product?
and regulate, means syntax, logics. We have to the flow of the this thing, modeling of the entire product, projection.
Whatever
Lots
you
of
are saying right now, that is the purpose of software engineering. Okay. See, there was a debate between the
uh,
we can say the classical engineering subjects are something like that, mechanical, electrical, and civil,
mm.
something like that, na?
Yes, yes,
So
correct.
think about a civil engineer.
Mm.
Try to imagine a civil engineer how he will look when he is working in his working in a project. Think
Lots of
how it will look.
dimensions.
No, no,
Lots
no.
of.
Sir,
Mm.
not dimension. Just follow me. Think about a civil engineer who is working in his project. Maybe he is working in a building of a
Oh,
whatever,
be
say bridge.
constructing a building, right? Like could be
Okay, that
apartment,
time,
could be any building.
yeah, that time, how he can be look like? He is wearing a helmet. Okay,
Okay, you
maybe
mean to say
sweating
the
a lot in
appearance.
front.
Okay,
Yeah, it's an
appearance of.
appearance. Okay,
Okay.
So he's wearing a helmet. He is sweating under the
Correct.
sun. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
lots of physical trouble he will be
Facing.
he will facing. Think
Mm-hmm.
about a mechanical engineer. Maybe he is in front of a boiler and in front
Machine,
of a machine.
boiler.
Okay.
Yes,
The
yes.
same thing. Okay. Think about an electrical engineer. Same thing will happen to him also. But think
Electric
about software
pole,
engineer.
transformer.
Okay, fine.
He's
Now
just
think about a
around
software
sitting in
engineer.
a AC room, sitting in front of the system,
So
calm and
लड़ाई
cool
होता था.
place.
Okay, why we people, those all engineering people, those people from mechanical and those people from
Hmm.
civil, they were not expecting us, the software engineering people. So you people are not engineers. Okay, you
Okay.
are like the poem writer. You are like a poet.
Okay.
आराम से बैठ के लिख रहे हो type. You are just typing something in a cool AC room, sitting on a
Hmm.
very nice chair. Okay, so
Hmm.
you are not engineers. Engineers are made for hard work, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So that time there was a debate. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we made them understand. No, dear,
Mental
we are also
stress.
engineers because the product we are manufacturing is
Hmm.
same as the product you are manufacturing. You are manufacturing a building. You are manufacturing some other things, a car maybe. We are
Hmm.
manufacturing a software. Whatever the requirements, whatever the processes you usually face while building a while building constructing a bridge or manufacturing a car, the same kinds of process we also maintain while building a software. Okay,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
this is the comparison between a software engineer and a other
Normal. Other
other
non-software
engineers,
engineers.
right? Not software engineers. Okay, so you have to identify that our software is an engineering product. Now, what are the measurements that we usually need while developing a software? That is been learned by taking the subject called software engineering. Are you getting the thing now? Software
Okay. Hmm.
engineering होता क्या
Got
है
it.
सब्जेक्ट के अंदर? What is there
Okay.
inside software engineering? Software engineering is basically the subject which will give you the lesson how you can build a software successfully. Okay, see, writing a software is not like writing a poem. Okay, sitting in front of
Correct.
a computer and just cut typing. Okay, it's not like that. You need lots of things. You need lots of analysis before writing any single word for that particular software. Maybe
Correct.
I can give you a timeline view. Suppose
Hmm.
this is the timeline. This is the time when a client give us the order. Suppose we are
Hmm.
a team of software developer. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is the time, and this is the time when the software is not required by the client
Hmm.
anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
this we can call the life of the software. Okay,
Correct.
life doesn't end when we deliver the software to the customer. Life is
Hmm.
defined by when the client think about the software. Think, I am correcting that, when he is think about the software, that time the software get built or it get birth. Okay, maybe we can take it as a when the software is been ordered by the customer to us. We take this point as a birth of the software, and this
Hmm.
is the end of the software's life when the customer do not need the software, when the customer discard the software, that I will not use this software anymore in my purpose. Okay,
System.
so something around here we will start writing code.
Mm-hmm.
See the time approximately. Okay, since I am very much involved in developing a software, okay, for a long period of time, I have a
Mm-hmm.
clear idea when to start the software. So this is the start of writing software. Any kinds of coding starts from here, and
Mm.
you don't believe me that this much of time we require to
Complete the coding
code the
and the
software,
software.
complete the coding. Coding is what? Coding is just typing. Okay,
Mm.
Yeah.
if I have very good speed of typing person,
Mm.
then this time maybe less than this. Okay,
Mm.
this much. Okay, now what is this time? Maybe after that, this is some time for testing. Okay,
Correct. Mm.
this is some time for training and implementation.
Mm.
So here this is another part where we deliver the software to the customer. Okay, deliver.
Mm.
This thing you should know. Okay, I am just telling all these things to give you some inputs while learning the different subjects. Okay, when the actual class will begin, while learning the Java, while learning the analysis of algorithm, every subject is related to each other. You know, so I
Correct.
am giving these things as input from my experience and obviously from the subject also. Okay, so this is the time when we deliver the software to the customer. And this
Yes.
span, can you tell me what
Yes.
term can be used for this term?
It can be,
Anything.
I think,
It is in use, na? It is in use
Yes.
software is
by
in
the
use.
customer. And while the customer is using the software, we
Uh,
have a part, we have a role to play, and that is called maintenance.
yeah,
Correct.
giving updates
Right?
and bug fixes, all those
Maybe,
things.
maybe, maybe maintenance. Okay.
Uh,
Mm.
Okay. See, now concentrate this period. So
okay.
these long time,
Uh,
okay,
Mm-hmm.
this you can treat as analysis.
okay.
With a good and proper analysis of the software will make these times much lesser. Okay,
Correct.
Yeah.
if you have a very good analysis and you have and a very accurate analysis to the customer requirement, whatever requirement, see, when the customer gives us the uh, order or we propose him, okay, after that a few period of time we will spend to the to all the stakeholders, means
Mm-hmm.
we have to visit to the customer place, we have to talk with different person. Actually, making a software means a automation process. Now we are automating some manual tasks, so
Correct.
we have to deal with, we have to talk with all the stakeholders of that manual work to get the
Right.
idea of it.
Then
Okay,
yes, to
so
understand the depth of
here,
the
yeah,
so,
at this point we will get a clear idea about which is called requirements.
requirement.
Okay, requirement. Now when we get the requirement about the customer, we put a document here that is called SRS, software requirement specification. And that SRS will consider all the aspects of all the needs of customer. Okay, when the
So the
customer approve that,
entire designing structure, flow, I think everything will be mentioned.
not designing,
Mean to
maybe it
say
depends
like
from project to
overview.
project.
Overview.
The requirements of customer, that is the problem definition, what customer actually do,
Mm.
how we will we, how will we do that thing or process the thing or solve his problem, his or her problem. Okay, that will be decide later. But initially we have to fix up with a document that is called SRS, which defines the problem for the customers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
later we
Yes.
work this SRS in this phase. This is complete analysis and designing phase. This phase
Mm.
may also be divided into subpart, but I am taking the whole part as analysis and designing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the total system. Before starting the coding section, we should
Mm.
have clear idea and everything has been cleared. The database part, the design part, everything should be cleared. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is called life of a software or a software timeline, development
Mm-hmm.
timeline. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in between this area, we will have something called your modeling, design. That is
Mm-hmm.
under that will come under design phase. Design.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So design can be done in different ways that I will describe. But let me come to the point here. Concept of software engineering. So you understand the concept of software engineering. No? You understand the
Yes.
life of a software and the technique to build the software. All the measurements we need to build the software will be studied under this subject of software engineering. Now, our subject is not software engineering. If it
Ours is
हाँ
object
अगर
oriented.
ये सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग होता तो बेहतर होता okay
Okay.
because we should know the all the aspects of developing a software.
Yes,
This
yes.
subject is only tells you how to model, how to design your system, just that. I don't know because the detailed syllabus has not yet been published by the university. Okay, after
University.
having the syllabus we will get the details, but generally, object-oriented modeling tells about the design of the system, not more than that. Okay.
Mm.
It will be better if the subject itself, the broad subject, software engineering will be there. Anyway, see, inside software engineering, what we have to know what is called SDLC. That is called Software Development Lifecycle. I have just discussed it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you something. This is your see software development life cycle. We
Hmm.
usually termed is at SDLC, right? SDLC, SDLC, software development life cycle. Now,
Yeah.
these are some steps, okay? These are some steps that we have to maintain while developing a software, okay? Now, what is the first step? See, just match it with the concept I have discussed right now. Requirements means in this phase, suppose a software development life cycle before uh, deployment. Deployment means what? This maintenance.
Giving,
Okay.
delivering the,
Hmm.
handovering the
Say
project to the client.
maybe it's a 100 days project. Okay.
Mm.
100 days. Okay. Before maintenance start. Okay.
Mm.
So the first is your ideation. I means the idea. You may term these different terms also. Maybe it differs from author to author, person to person. There is no
Mm-hmm.
hard and fast rule. Okay, you have to pronounce it at means you have to use this term. You may differ in that sense. Okay, so ideation means the idea of the software
Mm.
comes into client's head. Clients is now thinking that I need a software. Okay, this manual tasks I do not need. It's a cumbersome job, so I need an automation. So that is
Mm.
the birth of the software. Okay, that is termed as here in this picture. Okay, I have collected this picture. It's not made by
Mm-hmm.
me, so I'm just
Mm.
explaining it. Okay, so that is
Mm.
the birth of the software. It is ideation. Okay, next
Mm.
client put the requirements specifically
Mm.
and the software developer need the analysis on the requirements. So this phase will have do that thing, that requirements analysis. Okay, after the output of this requirement phase is your SRS. You will get SRS out from this. This is a report. SRS is a report. Okay, you will get out from this requirement phase. After that, using the SRS approved by the client, we will do the design section. Here we will have OOM, object-oriented modeling. Okay. After completion of design section, you will go into the development section. Here you will have the coding part, right? This is the development part. Okay. Now,
Okay.
once you develop the software or a part of it, you must test it, na? Whether it
Mm-hmm.
is satisfying the customer requirement or not. So that
Mm.
will be done in the testing phase. Okay. Of
Mm.
these two phases may be in cyclic order for a number of times. Okay. So
Yes.
a few development, you test it, then again testing has giving you some other results.
Mm.
So you are back into the development phase, developing some different thing. Okay. So in this way, when the total thing has been made, so it will be deployed to the client location. Okay. Now, once it has been deployed after proper training, it will go live. And while it is under live platform, you must have the maintenance part. So this is your software development life cycle, right? Is it clear?
Yes, one thing in the designing part, will that architecture will come
Sure. In the designing section,
in the
we will
designing
work
section.
in
It
this
will.
designing. Our OOM, object-oriented modeling, will
Okay.
come under this section, and your Java will come under this section, na? So this
Okay.
subject I told you, this subject should be learned prior to learn Java, or maybe vice versa. Okay. So this was your software development lifecycle. Next, you have something called, there are different models of software development lifecycle. Okay, there are
Hmm.
different models. So those are called
Hmm.
software development lifecycle models.
Hmm.
One of such thing is waterfall model. Another is your prototype model, RAD model, and there are many models. See, these are SDLC models, different types of models. See, you cannot build a software always in the same way. Na? Suppose
Correct.
your client is giving you, I need the software by the end of this month anyhow. Okay, you may
Hmm.
ask me more money, I will spend it out, but I need the software by the end of this month.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you build a software in the same manner, then you can satisfy your customer in these kinds of criteria. Maybe some other criteria client will put also. Okay, so depending on the client's criteria, depending on the requirement of the client or the requirement or the demand of the situation, you have to follow up one of these models. These are the different models how you can build a software. The first and the most easiest model, which describes every part of SDLC, is your waterfall model. Okay, so waterfall model
Hmm.
is basically following the following each and every steps of SDLC, software
Okay.
development life cycle. जो मैंने अभी I have
लिस्ट
described
में
it.
बताए थे. Hmm.
Yeah. So each and every steps of this SDLC
SDLC.
has been
Hmm. Followed in the
maintained
waterfall.
by waterfall model. So this is the simplest one. If you have no time constraint, okay. If the client has no money constraint, there is a ease. So you can go with waterfall model. चलो बना रहे हो बना रहे हो बना ऐसे. But in the real life, thing is not so smooth every time. Okay, so for
Correct.
that purpose, you have some RAD model, or it is said as rapid action development model. Okay,
Hmm.
rapid action development model. There is another model which is missing here. These all figures I have collected. It means I had a repository of different
Hmm.
images. There is one more model which I will discuss in brief here, that is called prototype model. See, waterfall model,
Hmm.
prototype model, and RAD model. So let me tell you something about prototype model. Now, what is a prototype model is? Prototype means, see, sometimes this happen in software development phase. Client do not client client the client can't explain in detail. Okay,
Correct.
client is not able to express every need of him. Okay,
Hmm.
so that time, but he can spend lots of money. So
Okay.
tell me, as a software developer, will you go for the development? Will you take the project or not? We will
Yes,
In
obviously
yes,
take
we
the
taking.
will
project
take the
because
project.
we are getting the money. Okay, he
Huh.
has no burden of money. Well, means you can take any project budget. You can allocate.
Hmm.
He is capable of
Hmm.
allocating any
Spending
budget to the
lot of
project,
budget. Hmm.
but he is unable to give you a clear-cut idea of what he actually needs.
Hmm.
Then what we will do? We will
We
use this
we
type of
will
model,
think of
prototype.
some. We will give some
We will
ideas.
analyze the current situation. Okay.
Mm.
Then according to the situation, we develop a simple एक छोटा सा model. We will design a
Mm.
model, a small part of model, and show
Okay.
it to the customer. See
Huh.
Mm.
whether you want something like this. Then
Huh.
client will say, yeah, but these things need to be changed. Okay. Then what we will do? We
We
will
will.
bring all, we will modify all those things and try to implement his requirement, whatever he meant. Then again build a model and show it to him. See now, is it okay? Almost okay, but you should. I do not want this part. I do not want that part. Okay, just remove that thing. Okay. Now again you are modifying the structure. Again you are modifying it and making a small model, then again present it to your customer. Then customer can say, okay, fine, now it looks very good, but in addition to that I need this part also, maybe something new. Then again are you getting the things? this cycle
Yes.
this cycle will go on in an iterative manner until the customer satisfied. See here,
Satisfies. Yes.
customer satisfied. Once the customer satisfied, we finally develop the thing. Till here we are developing some small models, not full fledged सॉफ्टवेयर. ओके, फुल फ्लेजेड सॉफ्टवेयर बना लेंगे तो हो जाएगा. अगर वो कस्टमर सेटिस्फाई नहीं हुआ तो वी हैव टू रिजेक्ट ऑल द प्रोजेक्ट वर्क. ओके, सो वी create small prototypes. Okay, present it to the customer till the
Mm.
customer is not satisfied. When the customer is satisfied, nah, now it's okay, it's perfect, I want this thing, tell me how much money you want. बोल दिए. So that time development, full development take place, test it and deliver it to your customer.
Maintain,
So
deliver
that
and maintain.
process is called prototype model. Are you getting the
Mm.
things?
Yes, got it.
Yes,
Okay.
boy. Yes, boy. Clear.
So the next thing is your RAD model. Now what is RAD model? RAD model is something similar to prototype model, you can say. RAD model, we apply RAD model when we have to build a project in a hurry. There is a very tight time constraint. Okay, we have to develop. So we do not have any luxury to go for a detailed analysis, take for every aspect to make our software efficient most. Okay, take every time the consideration of the customer's requirement. We do not have the scope of showing that luxury. Okay, in the development process, that time we need to do complete the task as early as possible, maybe sacrificing some efficiency, maybe sacrificing some other things also. Okay, see here, requirement and planning is most necessary. A consolidate requirement and planning, very fast planning, not a very long duration
Yes.
of planning and analysis. We cannot afford in that type of project now. So after
Correct.
requirement and planning, we start designing and development. These two runs parallelly. That's why the images are showing like that.
Showing parallelly. Yes. Okay.
Okay, design हो रहा है. Okay, you are designing and at the same time the developer is sitting beside you and development process right on that day begins. Okay, so our aim here is to deliver
Time.
the software within that period of time. So
Yes.
there we use this RAD model. Is it okay? So these are the different
Fine.
models that you will find. See, this is waterfall model. Each and every step has been maintained of SDLC, and you have the scope of giving going backward. Say while designing, you are not satisfied with your developer. Okay, then go back to the analysis phase and talk with your analyst. See, these are things need to be altered. Then the analyst, involvement of analyst, you change the design, then again go back. So there is a chance, there is here time is not constrained, so you can afford a bit of time. Okay, going backward in backward direction. So these are all the different aspects of software engineering. Those are very much important information that I must give it to you. See, one more concept you should know: forward and reverse engineering. So while forward engineering and reverse engineering are the two different kind of approach that we almost every engineer will follow. Okay. Now, what is forward engineering? Now, when you have every component known before manufacturing anything, when you have every component known, then you, what is your job? You go and
We
directly
have to
Go
assemble it.
across
forward,
those things and
go
build the
according to the flow and
component.
complete the development.
That is simple, the one directional approach, that is called forward engineering. Okay. But when you have nothing in your
Uh,
hand and you have to get the idea from an existing one, okay, from an existing one,
yeah.
then what you have to do? You have to identify, you have to poke into this application or in this product to identify क्या हो सकता है, what will be the component. So this will be the component, this will be the component. Now you use those components to build your own product, right? So this technique is called reverse engineering. Now see how easy it is and how common it is in our regular life. Now, suppose
Yes.
suppose we are a software developer and one of our client, maybe some other university, we are the developer of this LMS. Okay, say
Mm.
some other university or some of my client asking me that I need a clone of this site. Means clone means what? Whatever there inside
Copy.
it. Okay, so
Same copy,
I
duplicate
my
copy.
client needs everything.
Mm.
Okay, every features of this LMS. So if I am a developer of this site or this portal, then it will be very much easy for me na,
Yes.
to develop the that to maintain that kind of request from a new client of mine. But if I am not a developer, then what I will
Mm.
do? Should I tell my customer? Then no, I cannot do that thing. Copying is
No,
very
we
buri
have to
baat
do
hai. So
research.
I will
Mm. So many
again take
trial
the
and error.
project and I will do the reverse engineering. So I and my team will sit in front of this LMS, go deep inside it, and try to identify uh, different features and different functionalities, design it. Okay, how that would be that was built by the respective programmers. That we have to identify. Obviously, you need lots of experience for to do that, but that is called reverse engineering. Are you getting the thing? What is your
Yes.
Yes.
forward engineering and reverse engineering?
Yes, bhai.
Yes, yes.
Got
We
it.
got
Okay. Now, see here the term is your software design. Software designing approaches. You can have two different approaches of designing a software. One is your function oriented, another is your object oriented. See, I am gradually coming to our object oriented modeling concept, taking you
Yes.
all along
Yes.
from this part. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
two approaches we usually use while designing a software, while writing a software. One is your function oriented, another is your object oriented. Now let me give you an example. Shashiji is inside kitchen. Maybe he is not right now. A few minutes
No,
before
I am
she
out
was
of.
inside kitchen.
Mm.
Okay. So
No,
maybe
where
she was preparing something,
Mm.
maybe some dishes for the dinner, right?
Yes, it is half of the way. I need could not
It is
stop.
half of the way. Please complete it. Now the
Finish,
dish
finished, and I came back.
that she has uh, in the midway. Okay, that dish, I can say it, she developed it using function oriented approach. Okay, because see, what is the problem of function oriented approach? You did lots of things at a stretch. Like I am saying you the disadvantage part of function oriented so that you can get understand. Say suppose after making the dish, okay, she tastes it. the thing is not going in that way. Maybe, okay, obviously she is a very good cook, and I have no doubt she made a excellent dishes for his family, for our family. But maybe due to some reason the thing is not in the right way, so the taste of the dish get mm, uh, not become good. Okay, will she be able to go in a reverse direction to change the things? Maybe she can add some salt, she can add some sugars to adjust the thing. But can you go back and uh,
No, that is
distribute
No,
not
all the
reverse
possible.
means in the reverse
reverse
way? Can you
engineering
go
will
back?
not work. Reverse engineering will not work here.
Reverse engineering, you cannot alter the things inside the
Yeah.
product, na?
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Those are hardly coupled. Okay,
Huh.
the all the
Mm.
elements that she put inside the pan, okay, while
Cooking.
cooking, okay, those have been blended together. Okay, you cannot now uh, separate, you cannot now separate all those
Separate it.
things.
Hmm.
Okay, so that is the disadvantages or limitation. I rather say limitation, not disadvantages. Disadvantage is a very negative term. You can say limitation. Okay. So those are the limitation of function oriented programming approach. So now think, suppose you are what I say, you are you are preparing a dosa. I am giving you that kind of
Mm.
example. Maybe just
Mm.
correct me if I am wrong. Maybe you are
No problem.
preparing a dosa. Dosa means your masala dosa, something like that. Okay.
Mm.
So there you have maybe four parts. The wrapper section, that means क्या कहते हैं उसको? Shashi ji, please help me.
Dough,
The
dough.
okay. So that was one thing.
Batter, sorry, batter.
A batter means the wrapper means I am taking the example of the complete dosa after preparing.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. That is batter only. Mm.
okay, fine. The other thing is that
Stuffing.
the
Stuffing.
curry, the
Curry.
stuffing, that
Stuffing.
potato
Masala
stuffing or the
dosa
something
stuffing. Then serve,
stuffing.
we'll
Okay,
apply some chutney.
yeah, you have the chutney, you have the sambar. So those are the individual components that will put together to have a dosa, right? Now suppose
Yeah.
Yes.
think those thing are those separate elements are the components of your one dish, that is dosa. Okay,
Hmm.
so suppose you have a deficiency of salt in your what's the sambar. Okay,
Huh.
or say that curry, that stuffing.
Huh.
So you add some salt over there to adjust it, right?
Yeah.
You,
Yes.
or
Yes.
you may do one thing, not like that. That stuffing is not according to your taste. Okay,
Taste.
so what you do, you bring out all the stuffing out of the wrapper. Okay, the dough. Okay,
Mm.
put some other stuffing.
Yes.
You can do easily that because those are loosely coupled.
Yes.
If you are thinking of that dosa, which I am thinking, that the
I
wrapper,
got it. Yes.
you got it, na? The wrapper
Yes.
is
Masala
loosely
dosa
coupled
only.
with the stuffing. Okay,
Yes.
maybe the wrapper, that the dosa wrapper has been break out. Okay,
Yes.
so the child is crying, so I will not that not take that dosa. So what you will
Yes.
do, you quickly make a
Did
wrapper.
alteration.
Okay, and
Yes.
then bring the stuffing out of that broken dosa and put it inside the new wrapper. Okay,
Yeah.
you just imagine what I am trying to make you understand. Okay,
Got it. Got it.
so this is the pattern of object
Object
oriented design.
oriented model. Yes.
So those individual component can be treated as object. Okay,
Different
Yeah.
objects.
now you can easily identify, if you understand the thing properly, if I am able to make you understand the
Yes.
thing,
Yes.
that in
100%.
our daily life This pattern of element we use mostly. Huh? We mostly use this type of thing which can be easily modified or altered
Altered
without going deep inside it.
without doing too much of changes into the main
Yeah.
course.
So that is the main advantage of object
Object
oriented
oriented.
designing approach over function oriented approach. Is it okay to you
Yes.
now?
Yeah.
Yes. Modularity and reusability.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a hint of the thing. I'm not going deep inside it. Now you have to realize the thing. While you are,
Yes.
how can you realize the thing? You have to analyze a particular item. You have to analyze
Yes.
maybe cooking. You have to analyze your TV, what you are watching right now. Say, how can this is a product? TV obviously is an engineering product. Now कैसे बनाया उसको फंक्शन ओरिएंटेड से या फिर ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड से यू आइडेंटिफाई okay so by identifying by continuous identifying looking at the different objects you will get deep into the subject okay
Yes.
so this
Yeah.
is your software designing and we are now here object oriented concept something is very much essential in today's software development field object oriented concept okay nowadays in fact maybe 10, 12 years back no software or no application maybe 15 years back also no software has been written or no software product has been developed without using the object oriented concept right so
Yes.
everything is object oriented concept now here I will give you some examples. See, we do not have much time in our hand today, so we will not be able to complete these things. But we wish we will complete this thing very soon. Okay, before going deep into the Java,
Yeah.
because we will need all those things. Okay,
Hmm.
but today we will stop here and giving you some demonstration over a uh, system. Just wait, please. Now I am taking you maybe 20 or 18 years back.
Your first
There
project,
was
your
a
project, sir.
no, I am not showing any of my project today. I will show definitely it in the next class. I
Okay.
am taking you in an environment which was very much in use from year 2000, maybe 2000,
Huh.
2000 to 2005, 6, up to that.
Okay.
Okay, that is
Visual
named as
Basic.
Visual Basic.
VB,
Okay,
VB. Haha.
VV. VV is still here, .NET, VB.NET, but I am interested about not going into the .NET part.
Hmm.
So I am showing you the the earliest version of Visual Basic.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is your Visual Basic section. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I have to adjust it. Hmm. Why I am showing it to you? Let me explain it. You do not go. I am not teaching you about Visual Basic and do not go with the codings and everything. I am
Okay.
just showing you developing an application was not a very uh, happy thing. Not a very क्या it was very tedious
Challenging.
job. It was very tedious job
Huh.
before the involvement of Visual Basic. Okay,
Okay.
application development was a very tough job at that time. Okay, But what Visual Basic actually gave us the visual environment of developing an application. Now,
Okay.
see, I'm just demonstrating in front of you. Do not go with the code and do not ask me anything how to do that thing, because Visual Basic, this version of Visual Basic today is not being used by anyone. Okay, and it is
Outdated.
obsolete, totally outdated. Okay,
Uh,
so the recent version of Visual Basic is, you already know that, Visual Basic .NET. Okay, so I am not taking .NET as example because there are lots of things in .NET. Just for the simplicity purpose, I am taking this Visual Basic. Okay.
okay.
See, I just want to create an application to add two numbers. That is the most common thing. That is the most elementary thing that we do in programming language. Na? So give
Yeah.
me only 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, you can count. I can develop a complete software. I am saying a software. Okay, in front of you to add two numbers. I'm not going with the very much good designing part. And that's all. Done.
Now, where will the
Just we
result
need
come?
to, okay, I will show it to you. Just let me save it. Save it on my desktop. So I'm creating a folder, VBADDER. Inside that folder, I'm saving it. Okay, I've done it.
Okay.
Software तैयार हो गया. Would you like to purchase the software? See, this is the software. Okay, this is the software. You can add anything here. Sorry, the numbers obviously, and you have to click on this, so you will get the result. Okay.
Oh,
Now see how convincing this structure. If you compare it with your C code or C++ code, that
hmm, hmm, hmm,
black skin, enter,
hmm.
those things. Okay. So this is the involvement of graphical
User
user
interface.
interface, GUI. Okay, are you getting the things now?
हाँ भाई.
So this will give you, see, everything in Windows. This Word. Okay, what can I say? You say this Notepad. Everything has been designed
Hmm.
using this type of graphical environment, this type
Okay.
of graphical software. Okay.
Okay.
Now you can ask me why you are telling this. What is the, we are not learning the Visual Basic? No, I am not giving you that lesson. I am just trying to make you understand that application development is something different. We have to make the life of a software developer easy so that he can deliver his logic into the application building section, not the designing section. Okay, so
Okay.
what they are providing, see, this is the what I can say, this is the best application, you can say, not the Visual Basic, this graphical, which I can give you as an example of application of object oriented design. Okay, see,
Yes.
this is an
Very
application of a,
customized.
okay, this is an
Customization could
application.
be done very nicely.
These are the components. You can easily identify this is your object. These are the objects. See, how many objects are there in your software? If this is a software,
Three
I can
objects.
deliver this software to you readily. You can install it just like any other software in your machine, and you will have an icon over here. Just by double clicking that icon, you will get the thing. Okay, you will get the thing. Okay, so identify the different objects that has been used in this software. See, this is the button,
Hmm.
one object. This is called text box.
Text box.
One text box, two text box. These are
Text
two
box
objects. Any other objects you can find it here?
No.
means that
Yes.
overall dialog box is there.
This, this,
Minimize,
this, this
maximize,
one.
close.
These
Hmm.
buttons. These are minimize, maximize. These are the objects. The total thing is an object. This is called form. This is menu. है ना?
हाँ.
Yes.
This we will commonly find in any software. So
Yeah.
these are all the components, objects that has been used here. Now used from where? See, these are the section. These are called toolbar, where you will find, you click and drag, click and sorry, click it and drag it, you will get another object. Okay,
हाँ.
click and drag, you will get another object. So these are the objects, and these application I built right now in front of you is a
हाँ.
product of what? Object
Software
oriented,
engineer. हाँ. Okay.
Software
obviously
engineer.
software engineering, product of object oriented
Program.
Program.
designing approach. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this was all discussing your object oriented modeling. Before going to learn details of object oriented designing, we should have know the process of developing a software so that you can better understand, better identify the objects and everything. Now last
Okay.
term I will mention it today, that is your
Hmm.
the term object oriented approach or modeling. Now tell me the term object oriented. Na? Object
Hmm.
oriented means what?
Means depending on.
Something related with object, right?
हाँ.
Yes.
Yes.
Think about yourself. You are a person, you are sitting in your maybe a drawing room or study room. Okay.
Hmm.
Look at the elements that you have put in your room. Maybe you are sitting in front of a table. Okay. And your laptop is in front of you. You are sitting on a chair. Beside that, you have a furniture. Maybe behind you have the bed. Okay. So something like that. So can't I say that you as a person, obviously you are the owner of all these elements. Na? These are all
Yes.
objects, right?
Yes.
Objects means
Yes.
what? Object is a real world entity which has an
Yeah.
existence. Okay. So
Hmm.
these are all, you are the owner of all these objects. Can't I say that you personally design or you personally make yourself oriented by these objects? Now see, when you are inside your kitchen, when you are
Hmm.
inside your kitchen, what you have behind you, you have a gas oven, maybe. Okay,
Yes.
there is a gas cylinder. You
Hmm.
have a
Shelves.
basin
All
over here,
shelves.
cells. Okay, so
Hmm.
these are all objects, and you are
Yes.
also the owner of all these objects. Can't I
Yes.
say that you design this room, you make yourself oriented by these objects because the purpose of this object is related to cooking. You are
Yes.
designing this room, okay,
Hmm.
to make yourself oriented by objects which will serve you the purpose of this room. Maybe it is your study room. So this is the concept of object orientation or object oriented approach. We use it regularly, day by day to day. In our day to day life, we use this approach of designing anything, doing anything. That is the simplest term how I can make you understand what is object oriented approach. This is not a very huge thing to understand because we regularly use it. Okay,
Correct.
that's all for today. I have to finish it because it is already 10:30. Now tell me
Yes. You
quickly
have to
if
go
you
to.
have any doubt or anything.
No doubt. Why? All
No.
clear.
Okay,
Whatever
fine.
Yeah.
we studied today, it is all like registered.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So we will continue this thing in the next week. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will inform you about a free time.
Hmm.
Mm,
Okay.
it will be on from 9 p.m. also. It will be possible for everyone then to join. No?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mm.
Bye.
Okay,
Thank you
okay.
very
Thank
much.
you. Good night. Okay.
Good
Good night.
night.
Bye. Good night.
Okay.
Thanks a
हाँ,
lot.
हम recording अब stop कर रहे हैं.
हाँ जी, हाँ
Okay.
जी.
Yeah.